Welcome back to Ill Eagle Culture Brands Red Tape Talk. I'm your host, John Ostos, aka Ill Eagle CEO, and I'm here with my two counterparts, Dion Two Cup Larry and Cody Big Meat Mauk. What's up, fellas?
I think I'm starting to get my name back.
I say it with ease now, almost.
Yeah.
I used to be like Cody Big Meat Mauk.
No, I was doing legs today, and I was squatting, and I've been just squatting 315 consistently for a few months now. And then tonight was the first night where I was starting to build up more, and I ended up getting up to 385 for 8. And that's the highest I got. And I was like, oh my God, dude, my fucking strength just went. It just crashed and burned, but it's slowly coming back. I noticed, like, when I'm doing, presses and stuff, that slowly but surely starting to build back.
How's your tendon issues?
By the way, yes, that shit works.
Yeah.
It 100% works.
No,
Or
the stuff he's getting done.
The thing at Limitless Mail, I went in there one time, did it.
Bro, now I got to blur that out. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. Shit. But yeah, that machine, apparently it's new. But they upgraded from what they used to do. And yeah, it really works. That's awesome. I did buy some supplements that you recommended. It was a vitamin that has like 3-in-1. It's like turmeric. What did you say? Glucosamine.
Yeah, and then MSM, and then just fish oil, obviously.
So it was a vitamin that had basically all of them. So I've been taking that too, and I just been really consistent on taking those vitamins. And the other thing is I've been implementing more strength forearm training, because I feel like, because when I used to
injuries are always usually a weakness from somewhere else deferring to that area.
So when I used to train, like run for a PT test, I would always have to run prior to the PT test to get ready for it, and I fucking had so horrible shin splints, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong. And then finally I started doing calves consistently. Shin splints went away. And ever since, like, my calves got stronger, I've never had a shin splint in years. So I feel like if I start strengthening my forearms more, then the tendonitis will hopefully subside a little bit.
Yeah.
That's just my thought. I don't know. I don't know if I'm right. That's just my.
It's a good thought.
The strength with, like, you'll build up knots, especially when you're not training them or moving them as much. So that's the other thing. Just keep massaging through them.
But yeah, so slowly but surely we're getting back to normal.
Do you know how much you weighed like a couple weeks ago versus now? Or
it's all on record if you don't know.
I think I put on.
They weigh you every time.
It is okay. I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think I got down to 245, and I'm back up to 250 pretty consistently right now.
Do you plan on getting, like, heavier, or are you gonna keep
I would
the same?
Say I would like to stay between 250 to 260 is like healthy. I think that's that range where it's comfortable to just walk around. Yeah. And obviously I'm playing hockey twice a week, so I don't want to get it any slower, on the ice. So 250 to 260 is comfortable for me. Yeah. Right now I'm just basically focused on trying to shred all the fat that I put on, just by being normal. Yeah. So I'm just trying to trim up a little bit and get my strength back, but yeah, so that's where we're at with that. But
that's good.
I did have there's a couple of individuals in our gym that they're very dead set on competing.
Yeah.
One of them is going to be competing here in March, and then the other one's going to be competing next year, I think in March. But I had a real conversation with them, because nobody had a conversation with me about competing and where's it going to lead, what can it lead to, what's it going to cost.
Yeah.
So what does it cost to be a pro? Very few people actually realize what it costs to be a pro,
and that they don't get any fucking money for being a pro.
Yeah.
Unless you're top 3 in the world,
And that's the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at Charles, he placed 10th place, and he's a personal trainer. Yeah. Not that that's a bad thing, right. But I feel like if you're top 10 in the world, that you should be making fucking all kinds of sponsorship deals,
Right.
and
Especially
And I do think his endorsement deals have gone up for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't know what kind of transactional, like financial transactions are taking place on that part.
With him,
sure
I think when he took a couple breaks, and I think that hurt him.
Yeah.
Because he was getting more popular, and then he took a couple breaks, and I think some of the sponsors maybe pulled out. But that's one thing. It's like you have to be very marketable. You have to be popular on Instagram, and you have to be. I mean, you look at Bumstead.
I've been saying this shit for years.
I know. I remember us talking, but he, look at Bumstead. He's posting all the time, and he's getting thousands and thousands of views. And that's the only way to get paid as a bodybuilder. Yep. But I was telling these guys, I was like,
YouTube too is such a big avenue for them to gain that following. Man, jump on YouTube and go crazy.
Yeah,
they pay. They pay.
But I was telling these guys, I was like. It's not impossible to become a pro. It's just improbable, right. And, Trevor Birch just became a pro as a bodybuilder, but it took him a few tries, Yeah. And I told him, I was like, and especially classic physique now is harder to become a pro than it is bodybuilding, because in certain classes, his particular class B, 56 competitors in nationals last year, 56. And you have to place in the top 2 to get a pro card. Yeah. So there's a lot more competitors. There's more criteria to judge on for bodybuilding, obviously. But there's less competitors. In my class, when I competed, it was 32. I think there were 32 of us. Yeah. In their class, it's in the 50s. So
that's nuts.
It's harder for classic because there's more competitors. You have to beat more people. Right. And then the other thing is when you're going to compete at nationals, it costs so much fucking money. Yeah. You have to qualify that year or within the year. I think it is. You have to qualify. So you're paying for your coach, you're paying for a prep up to the qualifying show, right? All of the food, all of the gear that it's going to cost. And then you have to pay the entry fee at the show. You have to pay the spray tan, all that stuff, right?
Yep.
It all adds up. Okay. Then you're going to be preparing for nationals. Well, we live in North Dakota. Nationals is either in Vegas or Orlando. So you got to pay for your plane ticket, hotel, spray tan, entry fee.
Mind you have to be out there for probably
a few days. Yeah. Food, gear, all that stuff. Yeah. So you're going to be looking at about $5,000 to go and compete in nationals,
to go potentially lose.
And that's the thing,
because the chances are
nothing.
The chances
like
are
usually in nationals, 1, maybe 2 people walk away with a pro card.
Yes.
Yeah. So like you got to think about those odds.
And that's what I was trying to explain. It's like, what is your goal with competing? Do you just want to go and try it and see if you can attain the pro card? Is that what you want, is to get the pro card? Yeah. Then I get it, right? You want to just, that's my fucking pro card. I'm going to go compete and I'm going to go fucking get it. That's what I want. And that's what I wanted.
Get busy flexing your fucking shit off, bro.
Yeah. I just wanted to attain the pro card. That was my whole, I knew I wasn't going to get paid. Yeah. But it was just like, I just want that little fucking piece of paper, right? But if that's what they want to do, then by all means go get it. But I need you guys to understand that it's going to cost thousands of dollars to potentially go down there and not win.
Yep.
All right. I didn't say it was impossible. I said it's improbable. So it's improbable that you're going to go and get that right away. Because some of these guys, they have amazing genetics. They go down there and they get first place. They win right away. But most people have to compete several times before they go down in there and they get the pro card.
Yep.
So you have to be willing to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to go and get that.
Yeah, and I mean, a big part of being ready is having experience in anything and everything. And I don't know if we have.
You have to come in already good at posing.
Posing,
you know what I mean. You have to come in with the genetic makeup, the work ethic. You have to have the look, the symmetry, the legs got to be there. All these things. Otherwise, you're talking years of work.
Density, which is pretty difficult to control.
Like full belly.
Granted, these guys, they said that they're going to take a few years before they go down there and try to attain that. But I just, nobody, like I said, nobody told me when I wanted it about the cost of it, both physically, mentally, and money wise.
Yeah.
So it's best that, you know, you just take all the advice that you can and then go from there. You know, if you want to spend $5,000 on just experience, you know, just to go down there like I did, just to go down there experience. I mean, we got fucked up in Vegas, but it probably wasn't worth $5,000, you know. And going to Vegas that one time, that was probably the worst flight experience of my life. Well, I won't get into it, but it was fucking horrible. So, you know, is it worth it? Personally, just me saying no, it probably isn't. But if you want to be a YouTube star and go and get a pro card, fucking by all means, invest.
But that's what I always tell people. It's like, make sure you understand what it is you're going after, because if you're going for the pro card because you think it's going to make you, you're already wrong. Yeah. You've already fucked up. Most people who become influencers that are bodybuilders did the influencer thing first. Yeah. They had the fan base, they had the following first. You know what I mean? Otherwise, like, you're confused about what a pro card means because you follow a bunch of pros who have, you know, 100,000 followers or some shit, and you're thinking, that's me. All I got to do is get that pro card and I'll catch that recognition. But what you don't understand is there is thousands of pros you've never fucking heard of. Thousands of them that you don't even see on social media because they don't got the following. You know what I mean? There's pros working at your fucking local gas stations and fucking department stores and shit because they're just pros. And that doesn't afford you anything financially. It just takes your money from you until you reach that top level, or you have a massive following and use your bodybuilding path as your influential fucking source of income on social media. Otherwise, forget it. It's a pipe dream.
Yeah. So, you know, gentlemen, if you're listening to this, you do what you want, you know, just go.
Just have a realistic expectation.
Have a realistic expectation. Now, you know, going into it, so you're not surprised. Like, and then, you know, 5-10 years down the road, you're like, God damn it, why did I do that? I could have spent $5,000 on guns or something, you know, and a better investment.
Very true.
I know we know pros that got their pro cards recently, and they're nowhere further than they were before they had their pro cards. In fact, most of them lose their steam because the chase is over.
Well,
you know what I mean? You get that pro card and you're like, well, now what? Then you go do like a pro show or two.
You get blown out of the water.
You get blown out of the water and you're like, fuck. Starting from ground zero again, only at a much higher level. So it takes even longer to accumulate that next goal, because that next goal is like, now I got to win a pro show. Well, fuck, good luck. Good luck, because there's all the quality fucking physiques are out there trying to win the same show as you now. It's not just knuckleheads that did a weight loss challenge and wanted to step on stage anymore.
Then the other side of the coin is if you want to have children at some point. All of that stuff that you're taking,
Trend Dick won't do it.
It's gonna take a toll. It's gonna take a toll on your body. So you have to know that, you know, the longer you take, the more you know, harsh it's gonna be on your body. So that's one thing I didn't know. I didn't realize literally up until the end that, you know, if you guys want to have children someday, you should probably take that in consideration too. So,
and that made it more expensive for you to even figure it out, you know, like it took more money just for that. So then that would be contributed to bodybuilding. But understanding that risk versus reward is a big deal, because fuck, you might chase the dream, get all the way to the point where you're like, damn, I'm about to go to nationals, this is it, and then not be able to make it because your body can't hold up, because a lot of people end up going that way.
I mean, Dion you did 2 shows.
I did 2 shows.
You've done 2 shows, and that last show is like, you're scared to go back now, you know?
I was so scared. No, see, and that's the thing. I mean, I wouldn't, and this is me personally, and other people are different, obviously, because there's people where I'm not, and I'm where people aren't. So, but I'm not willing to risk my stability, my family stability, my ability to have kids. Those things at the moment is just those are my priority, and that's why I haven't competed in a while. But
or taking things further in general.
Exactly. And so, I mean, understanding that risk versus reward is a big deal. Because you're losing out on a lot of things, but if it's worth it to you in your head, I mean, really sit and think about it is all I would recommend.
I think too, man, what I've seen over the years in that industry is a lot of these young dudes come in the game, bro, and they think, you know, they have this concept of like, yeah, bodybuilding's a selfish sport, and they like to say that like because it's cliche. but they don't get the concept of how real that fucking is until you want to have like a girlfriend or you want to get married and you want to have kids or you have a family. Then you really get a feeling for how fucking selfish that sport not just is, but has to be if you want to actually be good at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think everyone who's seen the guys who have done it, they're notoriously known for it. They always say the woman behind the scenes is, you know, and I'm telling you too, like 9 times out of 10, they're women. They're not athletes. They're not fit. They're not
just regular. Yeah.
They're just regular stay-at-home housewives who have no passion for the gym like their husbands do. They're usually just some basic women who are at home handling business while this person lives this life. Now, if you get to become one of the greats and you make a shit ton of money, it's totally worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you're missing out on so much, focusing on you while someone's taking care of the family that you should be giving attention to too, and you're not. So like, it's selfish sport.
Yeah,
and I don't know if it's necessarily just, I wouldn't say it's such a bad thing, but there's a lot of pieces to that puzzle if you want it to work.
Yeah.
That's why I've never understood like couples who are competing in like similar shows or going in preps together and stuff like that. That's just hard,
suck, dude.
Shit, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. I know a lot of bodybuilders that you'd never guess they had kids or families.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, bro.
That's kind of fucked up. That's true. It is true.
So yeah, follow your dreams, boys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Next topic: Travis Kelce gets $20 million from Pfizer. What do you guys think about that?
It was 20 mil.
It was expensive. Yeah,
I thought it was 20 grand.
20 million.
No, it was not 20
or like
grand.
40 grand or some dumb shit.
For that.
That's why when I read the article, I was like, why are people tripping over it? Who gives a fuck? It's,
no, they're mad that it
see,
costs
that's a
so
whole nother
much.
Because he earns $14 million to play Kansas on Kansas City,
right.
and they gave him $20 million to be in that commercial.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. That's crazy.
My question is,
sold.
if you are going to be in a commercial like that and earn $20 million, your ass better be fucking pumping that shit in your arm. Then prove it.
Mm-hmm.
Prove that you're fucking getting that vaccine.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of proved it by playing so shitty this year, don't you think?
No, that was Taylor Swift.
That's Taylor Swift.
Oh, my bad.
I heard, man, I don't know the name of the announcer, but that guy that made a comment about her, you know, because he got sick. It was like one of the old guys in the NFL.
Yeah,
like, announcing.
he's been announcer for fucking
he was like
years.
He was banned or removed from doing their games because he said you can't make the sideshow the show.
Yeah.
And he was referring to Taylor because he got sick of like how
that isn't that the truth,
bro.
though?
Yeah, it's fucking annoying.
I like to watch Kansas City, even though they're sucking ass right now pretty hard.
I like to watch it too.
But I like Mahomes. I like watching their gameplay, bro. Like I've always been entertained.
I'm not gonna lie.
You can't even watch it without them showing Taylor Swift, bringing her up. They're making it all about her at the game. I'm just like, this is almost as bad as like fucking the NFL talking about how they're standing in defense of oppression for minority groups when it's dominantly minorities who play the sport and are multimillionaires, bro. It blows my mind. It's just like, come on, we don't even use our brains anymore.
The craziest thing, and I get it's obviously for getting like more promotion. Yeah, it's 20 million. But like they talk about Patrick Mahomes' brother. Like no one gives a fuck about him. Right. First off, and he did something terrible, and they're now saying they're gonna get rid of the case basically because he sexually assaulted that girl in the club that one time. I don't know if you guys.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
He like tried to make out with the chick.
I'm actually on the opposite side of you guys. I fucking hate Kansas City Chiefs. I hate.
I don't like them either. I like watching them lose.
Brittany Mahomes. I hate fucking Jackson Mahomes. I hate Travis Kelce.
Hate that shit, dude.
They can all fuck off.
Why do you hate them so bad?
Dude. Okay, have you watched any of those fucking videos of Brittany Mahomes being annoying as fuck? No. Her and her brother Jackson.
I just pay attention to football.
I wish that's what it was, though. That's the thing.
Jackson are on the sidelines fucking doing this. TikToks.
Just TikToks and shit. It's so stupid.
Oh my God, dude. And then when he fucking sexually assaulted that girl, I was like, God, I just want to beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah. He like tried to make out with a chick in the bar, basically. I think she worked there.
Yeah. And then Patrick Mahomes is just a whiny little bitch, and
he is
Kelce.
So the last few games,
Mr. Pfizer,
I saw that in him.
He's been so bad.
So like I really got into him because man, I just don't. This last 2 years, I think, is the first time I've been able to watch football like thoroughly. You know what I mean? Like otherwise, I haven't been following. I just don't usually have the time. So I don't pay attention to everything outside of the game. Obviously, I just watch the game when I can watch it. So I've just been a fan of watching him get down. Now this season, they've been pretty shitty, and so I've been able to pay attention to all the other stuff going on around them.
Yeah.
But last year when I started watching them, I mean, they won the Super Bowl, and so it was like they were killing it.
Yeah. So, and then of course when Kelce started dating Taylor Swift, this
shit was so funny to me.
Funny.
So I was on Instagram and
oh damn, those are getting really elaborate, huh?
Yeah, I couldn't even pass the first one.
Yeah, John, you gotta.
But they were like, it's like Patrick Mahomes has such a zesty walk, basically.
Yeah. It's Drake.
Yeah.
It is just Drake, pretty much. But
but that's how he is.
That's exactly
that's how
what he
Patrick
does.
Mahomes walks on the field.
Now the way he runs off, I've seen that one,
Like
bro.
that.
He does that.
He does that.
He does that.
He does that too.
He
He
walks
does
like
that.
that.
Did you see that one about Pacheco that they did? Or
Yeah,
did
he
you share
runs-
that?
he-
He runs like a little
yeah.
kid trying on new shoes. And shit.
It's
The
funny because
internet's
it's so
crazy
true,
sometimes,
though.
man.
It's so funny, dude.
But you just
fuck.
can't even live anymore if you're like famous,
Oh yeah.
because the internet's gonna get
They'll
you.
get you.
They're gonna
They'll
find your
fucking
biggest
get
flaw,
you,
bro,
dude.
and they're gonna expose it. They're gonna make
They'll get you,
memes, like
son.
yeah, they'll get you, bro.
So
Yeah.
basically, it says
It's a dangerous
Kelce.
place.
Kelce typically makes
$5
$5 million a
endorsements.
year. Yeah, and
top.
so
Interesting.
Pfizer sent him
Pfizer,
20 mil.
So my question is, why does Pfizer need someone like Travis Kelce to support their vaccine product if it's selling itself?
Here's the
basically?
thing.
If it's
I don't know if they needed him as much as he just became part of their agenda when he got with Taylor, because she's a high
it's
level
interesting, right?
advocate. They're using her on a high level already. And so I think that it just kind of came with the territory, and she probably was like, hey, I can get you this deal. They'll pay you more than you make in football, and it's just like, what?
That's crazy.
for
You
a
know what I mean?
commercial.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You don't even actually have to get the shot.
yeah. You just got to pretend. Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. So,
Everybody's for sale, bro. Like it's what it boils down to, especially once they get
dude,
that kind of
I'm
money.
starting to think that Taylor Swift is like Satan.
Yeah. Have you seen like all the conspiracies about like her being,
Well, she went from this like country, like this.
No, but like historically, like there's like an old witch, like Satanist leader from back in the day who like she's so old she would have died by now, but she's identical to Taylor Swift, and everyone's saying that it's her like clone,
Reincarnated.
yeah, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
There's all this conspiracy theories about it and shit.
John
bro.
loves conspiracy.
He'll
Oh,
dive into
dude,
it.
I do,
He
bro.
just sucks that
They're
shit
so
right
funny
up,
to me
dude.
half the time. It's like I just can't get enough of them.
fair.
And
Dude, the
because
funniest thing-
they trip me out. I'm like, wait a minute, this
Yeah.
is fucking wild, bro. Like,
Dude.
the internet's gonna fuck my whole life
Some
up.
of them, but some of the people are like so
Into
fucking,
it, too,
They
like-
just swallow that shit up.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard about this? This girl, Gypsy Rose.
Okay,
No.
I have a little bit.
Okay, so her mom was I don't know if she was on the spectrum, but
This chick, or what are you talking?
yeah, yeah, dude. So click on that picture.
She
right,
killed her
This
or some
one?
shit, right?
Or this one?
to the right of that. That might be her. Yeah. So that's her mom right there. That yeah. So her mom was what do you call it when if I pretend that you're my son and I pretend that you're always sick or injured so that people feel sorry for me and you?
I'm not sure what you.
But it's a condition.
Hypochondriac
Is
is when,
what-
it's when
so
you do it.
when you do it. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know
so
what.
that's what they're saying that her mom was doing to Gypsy Rose. And so Gypsy killed her for it. And then she just got out of prison a few days ago.
The daughter killed the mom.
Yeah.
Over the behavior.
Yeah. But I've been seeing like the daughter knew all along that she was never sick or there was never anything wrong, but she just went with it anyways.
Yeah.
Well, how old was she? How old was she when she offed her mom?
It
Well,
looks
it
like
just
she
happened.
keeps her head bald too.
It just happened. Like she just got out of prison, I should say.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, people are pissed off because like Everybody's like paying attention to this girl. Now she's like super popular. She just axed her mom.
That's like the same thing with Jeffrey Dahmer last year.
This is what we do in society, though.
Yeah.
We take these people and we make them fucking famous, man. It's crazy what the internet does.
There we go. Yeah, look,
she'll have an OnlyFans soon and watch it'll be a game.
Oh my god, dude! If I was her, that would be the first thing I would have did.
If I was a chick, bro, that's all I would do. Yeah. It's so easy.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is like
I don't know. Some of them are selling pretty cheap, dude.
That is it.
If they're making
but also, like your
kids,
kids,
they think that's gonna up their following for them.
Yeah.
Your kids are gonna get made fun of so hard. Like if that was a thing back in the day, I would have been like, bro, your mom was looking banging last night. I don't know if you saw that OnlyFans. Like
some of these girls are not gonna have kids.
No, they won't.
So here's the other thing is like I don't think they get the gimmick behind what they're doing though.
Yeah.
They don't have to do OnlyFans and expose themselves.
Exactly.
They can get fucking money and so much from dudes just hooking up with them behind the scenes.
Yeah.
On the low.
Yeah.
But then it's real. That's the thing.
Bro, I guarantee when they realize that they're not really getting fucking money hand over foot on fucking OnlyFans, they're doing it for real. Because if you pay attention, they always go from like, it's just some visual content to next thing you know, like, hey, who wants to see some guy on girl action? And then they start showing real shit, and I guarantee that's how it goes. Before you know it, then they're in the porn industry because OnlyFans ain't really paying like it. They just highlight it, bro. Like a celebrity like that fucking How About Now bitch, that Catch Me Outside chick. She goes on and says how she made millions of dollars in a short amount of time, and now every chick thinks they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Do you know who Sharp is? He was like that pimp he was from No Jumper and like a soft white underbelly and stuff.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
He always like attacks girls like in like this type of form, basically podcast form. And he's like, if you're going to do it, and he's talking to mostly OnlyFans chicks. He's like, if you're going to do it all the way.
Yeah.
And these chicks are like, I mean, I'll go have a dinner with the guy and like I'll let him lick on my toes or whatever and he'll pay me 10 grand. It's like, no, he's like, no, go do it all the way. Go have sex with people for money if that's what you're gonna do. If you're gonna be like, and same with like strippers.
Like when they used to say ain't no such thing as halfway crooks.
Exactly.
Don't be a halfway hoe either.
Exactly. Yeah. Just do it all the way, make that money.
Like, look, if someone's gonna give you 10 grand for licking your fucking toes, imagine what they give you for some pussy.
Yeah.
You're lying to yourself. That's not what you're doing. You're already giving the pussy up. You got 10 grand for pussy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because it's just not, there's no truth to that. That motherfucker licked your toes for 10 grand. Bullshit.
Nah, she did some unspeakable
things.
Offered,
if that's the case, all you had to be was like 10 grand for that. Like, fuck. Get me drunk and give me 50. You know what I mean? Like, I call bullshit on that one.
Yeah, but there's some simp dudes out there. I don't know.
Simp.
That's tough.
I mean, you're gonna get that a couple times, bro.
Yeah,
That's not happening over and over.
Not gonna make your life.
No way. And ain't no dude like giving 10 grand every time he wants to lick your toes.
Yeah, he'll find
did
somebody
it once
cheaper
to impress you, and then he moved on. You know what I mean? He found the girl that'll give him pussy for 6.
Exactly.
Let's just be real, bro. Like, this is bullshit. It's fucking lying ass women.
Cody, you got any other topics you wanted to cover?
Yeah, but that is. Did you guys watch that video?
Which one?
The guy jumping over the...
Yeah.
The judge.
That's why I kept it up here. We're going to bring that up if you are. We can start with that. So, over the past couple of days, there was this video that surfaced of a man.
It actually just happened, I think, like last night or yesterday.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
2 days ago?
I think it was 2 days ago. A man got in trouble for aggravated assault, and he's in his sentencing with the judge. And the judge says, after looking at your previous things you've done, I can't let you go on probation.
Yeah, yesterday morning.
And so Superman's over the desk and says, "Nah, bitch," and then he and it's not funny. He tackles her, but doesn't like hurt her at all.
He kicks her in the head right here, though.
They said she was fine from what
but they said she had a head injury.
Yeah,
but she was okay.
But one of these guys that ended up grabbing him up got hurt.
I think it was real. The Baylor or
look at that dude in the background.
Yep.
Look at that. He's like, I saved you, judge.
Dude.
Shit, I mean, he kind of did though. That guy wasn't doing shit
bunch of
though.
pussies.
Yeah,
dude.
the 3 dudes.
Yeah,
I'd have caught
very
that fucker in the air, man.
Yeah, very fucking.
By the way, that fool fucking leaped,
He
bro.
flew,
Like,
dude.
I saw in the comments on the one that I saw, someone was like Ray Lewis back in his
Yeah,
day. and
people
shit.
were saying
Yeah.
Troy Polamalu on
Yeah.
4th and short. Like, Jesus, the old school Brian Dawkins is what people were saying. All kinds of crazy. Again, the internet's fucked up.
But this is another example of like these fucking thugs and all these motherfuckers. He got mad over not getting probation.
Yep.
That's how scared he was of jail.
Yeah.
That's how scared he was of doing the time, bro.
But
Now
also
now
he
he
has-
just
But I
fucked
mean,
himself.
yeah,
got a
he's
temper.
probably gonna be fucking. He's gonna be
Still,
in there for
that-
Aggravated. Why doesn't he have handcuffs on? Because I mean, I'm not sure what the crime exactly was that he did, but aggravated assault. Why wouldn't he not be in handcuffs?
Well, maybe the circumstances or something's different.
I would
It
assume.
looks like, honestly, the way he's dressed and everything, he was already
street?
bailed out.
Yeah.
You know what I
See,
mean?
that's
He was already bailed out, and so he showed up to court dressed, thinking he was going to take his ass home right after that.
yeah.
And when he realized he wasn't going home,
Well,
he
why
got
wasn't the
fucking pissed.
bailiff at least
Ready?
standing right in front of her?
I was very confused
And
by this whole
usually there's
situation.
like, you know,
both
there's,
sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more fucking cops standing off to the side and shit, and
It's
right
just-
at the table. And
I
all
know that
bro.
they said that they're going to review the security measures from now on in all the courts, but Jesus, I don't know.
Especially with like a man that big and that judge who's like an older lady, like bro, he could have hurt her in that amount of time if he had better aim with his dive. But shit, he flew over that table like
Maybe he was just peacefully protesting, though.
he could have been.
I mean, no one's talked about that yet. He's probably oppressed, and we need to give
Yeah.
him the benefit of the doubt.
That's true. That is true. You never know.
I'm just saying, while we're on it.
That's what I would do if I was fucking, if I had to go to a court case with somebody that I knew that was, hurt or murdered or something.
Yeah.
That's
That is. I mean,
yeah.
except for it
Like
would
that,
be
yeah.
against the.
not the judge. It would be
Yeah.
against the
But
perpetrator.
that's why you always have to black out.
Yeah.
Whether you blacked out
Temporary
or not, black
insanity.
out, bro. Yep. Just be like, what? I did what?
Well, you saw that.
It's worked before. That's the crazy
Yeah,
thing.
It works a lot.
Yeah.
You saw the video of the. So you guys know the gymnastics ladies that got molested by Larry Nasser. He was the physician for the USA gymnastics team,
Oh, damn.
and he ended up getting sentenced to like 200 years
Oh, shit.
in prison. But so he was the physician for the USA girls gymnastics team, and he molested a bunch of them. And so the dad was doing it. One of the dads of the girls was doing an impact statement, and he's like, "Judge or Your Honor, all I'm asking for is 5 minutes alone with that monster."
Yeah.
And everybody was like laughing, like thinking he was kidding.
Yeah.
And he fucking went after him. Yeah,
That's dope.
That
he
is
went
dope.
after him.
It's like that one video of the back in the day that the guy that shot the dude in the head when the guards were walking him by that like raped and killed his son or some
Oh
shit.
yeah.
And the dude, this is from like the 70s or 80s, and the dude's sitting
Shot
by
him
a
in the
fucking
head.
payphone,
Yeah.
waiting for them to walk by, escorting the
Yeah.
dude, and he just turns around and fucking pops him right in the face, man.
But so what ended up happening was they obviously sent Larry Nasser away to prison, and then they brought out the dad again. The judge had explained, like, I understand where your emotions are, and there's going to be no charges being pressed on you, and so they let him go. So, but
that's how it should be.
It is.
honestly.
I mean, in reality, but
It should be.
fuck, dude.
I do have one more. We'll talk about this next,
You're
but
good.
the next topic I think will lead into the following topics or what we want
Just
to
go
end
ahead.
on.
You're good. I'm not. I just bringing it up so I don't.
It was Trump, they took Trump off the main ballot, so that could be a part of a bigger conspiracy, and we don't have to talk about it right now, but we can talk about it after what you were talking.
What do you mean they took him off of the main
Yeah, that's
ballot?
what
You guys didn't see that?
I didn't
No.
see it.
What? They took him off. So the Secretary of State of Maine.
Oh, the main ballot. I thought you were saying like the main, like
no.
he's not going to be able to run for president now. I'm
no.
like, what?
The Secretary of
Yeah,
State
I knew
of
Maine. I knew that happened in Maine.
This this very liberal Secretary of State of Maine removed him
Yes.
from the ballot
In Maine.
In Maine.
Yeah.
Which is obviously really crazy. But yeah, I was just wondering.
I just saw that Trump, the people were talking about today that he was appealing for Colorado to put him back on, but I thought they already
did that.
Reversed that.
My thing is like you're unfortunately without due process, you're not guilty.
Right.
So what the fuck are we doing? Like, why
It's
are we
charade,
pretending
bro.
like this
it's a charade?
But
They're doing anything
I'm
and
so
everything
confused.
that they can right now.
I'm like,
convict him then. If that's the case,
Right.
convict him, and then no one can say shit.
But then you got to go and convict everyone else that is in prison
Exactly.
for insurrection as well,
Yep.
because then if you convict him for inciting insurrection and doing all these things, everyone
and no
else
one got charged with insurrection.
No one did.
no one got caught because it wasn't insurrection.
Right. It's just it's wordplay that they're using to fuck us over.
So
and
how
get
do
all
you
hyped up.
remove a former president from the ballot charge because he's been charged with insurrection when there was no insurrection?
Right.
I don't understand.
It's all wordplay.
And he hasn't been proven guilty.
They
hasn't been
don't
proven
actually
guilty.
want to win in court.
Yep.
They want to win out here in these streets, bro. Like they want to keep us divided. And they're getting all these people on the left and all these woke motherfuckers.
But I think that's
that actually, like, if you go look in the comments when here's another one I want to bring up, and I know we're gonna get to it, but the way people hate on Trump is mind-boggling to me, because literally I saw people posting the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing about how Trump, basically like his name's pretty cleared on this, that there's no real convicting evidence that he did anything, here, and then they just went on to talk about it. If you go into the comments, bro, everyone is like excusing the situation. Like they're like, oh, Clinton's on there like 56 times, so and so's on the 50, and they're showing all these names in the comments. People are like, yeah, well, Trump's on there and he's a piece of shit, and then they're just like completely negating that anyone else is on the list, bro. Yeah. It's like they're so fucking narrow-minded.
With witnesses telling them what happened.
They're so
narrow.
Fuck matter. Prince Andrew, like literally the story about Prince. I think that was the one that I'm referring to. It was like talking about Prince Andrew and how he had multiple girls and orgies with little girls and all that. And in the comments, they're only talking shit about Trump.
Mm.
I'm like, okay, let's just say you're right. Trump's a piece of shit. What about this guy?
Yeah.
But like they're actually saying that he had sex and with multiple girls.
Yeah.
Orgies. They're actually saying that about him, and they're like, fucking Trump's a loser. He went there too. It's just like, that's your defense? Like, you people don't even realize how evil you are. That's wicked, bro. Like, that's some evil shit that you would just
it doesn't
overlook
matter.
That shit and be like, well, Trump
bad.
Yeah.
Trump
It
bad.
doesn't. It does literally. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. They raped little girls. Trump.
Yeah.
What about Trump?
Yeah.
Trump. We took him off the ballot because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool, but like he raped little girls. Yeah. Trump.
Yeah.
That's what they do. It's fucking crazy. So to me, I'm like, okay, that's clearly it's got to be a bunch of bots, or we're fucking doomed.
No, I think it's just people that refuse to look at anything other.
Do you realize how narrow-minded you got to be to
But
think
there
like
are
that,
people
bro?
like
There are
that.
tons of people.
No, but I mean, like,
that.
bro, they keep saying we're the silent majority, and I just don't know if
John,
I'm buying that anymore, man.
I mean, all you got to do is watch any video that Charlie Kirk posts of when he's on college campuses, and you'll know that is a thing out there.
Yeah, no, I've seen a lot of evidence. It's just scary, bro. Like how fucking stupid humanity is right now.
It is.
It's stupid, bro. It's stupid.
I don't think we're doomed unless they don't do anything with the election process, like they, like in 2020.
Yeah.
Like you have to fucking lock down. Don't use voting machines. Right. They should be fucking.
I don't even think they want to get to the election this time, though, bro. I don't think that's even the issue anymore.
What do you mean?
I don't think they're gonna let the election happen. They're looking for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Too, Dion, you should look this up because I heard this the other day. I was listening. I don't remember what podcast I was listening to, but they said they were questioning Trump and asked for an explanation about him because they said he did an interview with a lady like on CNN or some shit recently, and he wouldn't say that there was only two genders. They asked him if there was only two genders, and he was just like, he did that whole thing. And they're just like, so are you saying? And he's just like, well, it's a touchy subject or some shit like that. Like they were saying that he wouldn't admit that there's only two genders, and they're like, what the fuck is up with that? Like I thought he was on the right side of fucking common sense, and apparently he's not in this interview.
I'm not sure. That'll be tough to find.
I wish I could remember the lady's name.
On like CNN.
Yeah, it was. He interviewed with someone from CNN, and they asked him if he believed there were more than two genders, and he didn't want to comment.
Well,
Trump's remarks on
last
transgender
year.
people reveal flip flop.
Where do you see that? That's last year too.
It could be. It's by recent. It could be in the last year or so.
Yeah. I mean, this one says pushes for legislation that only recognizes two genders.
That's in February. Well, that was last
You
year
want to
too.
see this one? This looks like something that could be it, and it's on CNN directly. Toilet paper.
Whoa.
Commercials.
Yeah. So
Careful
Damn.
what you pull up on that laptop, bro.
you got bugs all in this with what we've been looking up on here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they already hacked my shit.
Tapped.
They're waiting to get me, bro.
Shit, dude.
All the stuff we've been looking up.
Dude, what about that fucking? What about that Stephen Hawking?
Dude, that's the craziest shit ever. All right.
Like, first of all, how did he just like watching?
He must have.
I mean, what else could he do?
Put your take off your clothes and draw on this chalkboard.
Now that's a black hole. Like, yeah, I don't know.
That's fucked up.
That's crazy.
That
So
is
one
wild.
thing I do want to talk about, or we can get to it. What else have we got? I'm eager to get on this list.
So for the people that don't know what we're talking about, Stephen Hawking was revealed to be a part of this whole entire Jeffrey Epstein thing, and apparently what he was into was watching midgets draw on a chalkboard that was draw math equations, right?
See, I feel like that's a joke.
Draw math
I didn't hear
equations.
that.
Draw
No, I did
math
too, but I thought that
equations.
was a fucking parody.
No, I didn't hear
No,
that.
it's fucking legit.
No, I don't know if it's
It's
legit.
That doesn't sound legit, bro.
Yeah, look it up,
I don't know.
dude. That's legit. It's got to be legit.
Not Stephen
They got to
Hawking.
show some transcripts on that.
I think that's where I read it.
I don't think I saw that, bro.
Yeah, dude.
That's got to be some fucking.
Where the
some
fuck did I
mockery.
see that shit?
We got to be careful. It's like some of the stuff I was sharing today. Like this is they're trying to convolute like the conspiracy theory side to make us look like fucking morons, bro. And people are jumping on it. People are loving it and
Dude,
resharing the
it's
shit
so
publicly. And
I
it's
didn't
just
even
like
know what to type
It
in,
is
bro.
so fucking funny. Breaking news.
Stephen
Right
Hawking
there.
likes to watch
Breaking
little
news,
people do
24/7.
math.
Breaking. Stephen Hawking likes
on
to
a
watch.
too high up chalkboard, bro. So like they're on their tippy toes trying to do math equations, and he's just fucking nutting. Come on.
Because Stephen Hawking liked watching undressed midgets solve complex equations on a too high up chalkboard.
Okay, look at here.
Did Jeffrey ever talk to you about Stephen Hawking proclivities?
Yeah,
Yes,
see,
he
I
liked
told you.
watching undressed midgets solve complex equations on a too high up chalkboard.
That's fake though. That doesn't even look like the
Doesn't look the
font in
same.
all the other transcripts.
No, it's the same shit.
I think that might be fake, bro.
No, dude, that's it.
Nah.
Dude,
That's
yeah.
phony.
Telling you, it's fucking real.
10 reposts? No. That should be millions if it was true.
Let's see. Tags.
That one's a little crazy.
I'm trying to find where I saw the post.
10 cool things you didn't know about Stephen Hawking.
I don't know. I'm not sure where. But anyways, whether or not he's involved or not, that's one I thought it was pretty funny.
It is hilarious. If it's true, it's
Pat
tenfold.
McAfee Weekly apologizes for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, so Aaron Rodgers went on Pat McAfee's
Pod.
yeah, his it's TV.
talking about
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel. And
talking
shit.
about how Jimmy Kimmel was going to be on the list, and Jimmy Kimmel said, "If you keep talking
And he's
about
not
me,
really on the list, is he?
I
At least so far.
I don't think so."
So here's another thing I heard about this list, bro. So and this gets kind of fucking creepy if it's true. Every person that was going to be exposed on this list was given fair warning and opportunity to rebuttal or to fight it or to try and stop it, and have their names redacted.
Yeah.
And the Clintons completely disregarded it.
Yeah.
So is that a power move? Are they just like, fuck you, you ain't gonna do nothing about it anyway?
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know.
He's the most named one on the list.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think you can hide from it.
And they just
though.
disregard it? But hide from it, they could have fought it. They could have suicided a bunch of people. They could have done something other than nothing and just let it come out.
But maybe they're just there's so much of them in there that it would, like, anything to come out is gonna lead back to them somehow.
That's one of the more high profile names with the most record visits.
I just
so far.
I keep going back and forth on this whole entire thing. Like, why now are they revealing the small list? Is it legit? Because we know that Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were CIA or Mossad agents.
Well, her dad was Mossad, wasn't he? Yeah.
So they were obviously, we know this for a fact, that they were bringing people to the island, high prominent people, to compromise them.
And not everyone got compromised. I'll even admit that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the names on the list, like,
were just people that flew there.
And you know what I mean? Like, for example, Jim Carrey's on the list.
Yeah.
And Jim Carrey's a known conspiracy theorist who hates the Hollywood and celebrity shit now. And they've outed him as being a psychopath now, and he's crazy and this and that. But my theory is, like, what if people like him, they tried to compromise and he realized what the fuck goes on, and that's when he said, I'm done with Hollywood. Because he did. There was a period where you can see he just switched, bro. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I'm done with Hollywood. He went ghost. You know what I mean? It's like Cat Williams. Cat Williams talks about it all the time, and he's been tearing the scene, talking about all the Illuminati and all the things that go on behind the scenes. And, there's someone even posted, I can't remember who it was, but said something about, I'll show you, or he said, when I die, Andrew Tate.
Yeah, it was Andrew Tate.
He said, when I die, the list, he said, when I die, you'll get, all the information will be released of the deals that they tried to make me to sell my soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like things like that. Those things have happened. I think Trump even did this at when he had that presidential dinner after he was elected, remember? And he was fucking outing fucking Hillary Clinton right there next to him at the dinner, bro. And he's talking about, I used to be a part of their club. Mm-hmm. I was a Democrat. He's like, and then I saw what went on in this club, and I wanted nothing to do with it. And that's when I turned on them and decided to run Republican and take them all down. And they know it. They loved me when I was a part of their club. So like, to me, I'm sure, this is why I'm careful about this list. I'm sure there's people on the list and they're not really complicit. They just were given the opportunity to come enjoy some extravagant situations where all the high profile people do it. And they got there and were like, whoa, not into this shit. Nothing to compromise me about here. I'm out. And then
you see Akon was on there too.
Akon, Eminem, fucking, like, there's a lot of names, bro. Jay-Z, Beyonce, fucking, like, there's names,
shit,
bro.
Though, but they were there.
Well, so Jay-Z and Beyonce and Lady Gaga, they're known for doing those ritual dinners with Marina Abramovic and shit too, who's like another really corrupt Satanist. Yeah. And like, these dinners are freaky, bro. Like, they're bodies of people that they're eating
here's the deal.
Shit, like, it's crazy ritualistic stuff.
The list that you shared, I believe, is fake.
The one that I shared to us, yes.
So I don't know. I haven't seen the new list of names, if that one actually was released today or not.
It was released, but it said that the website went down that it was released on,
because too many people fucking crashed it. So the list that you shared had a lot of people on there
that weren't really on there.
That probably weren't really on there, like including Jimmy Kimmel. I'm the first one to say that I do not like Jimmy Kimmel, but it would appear that he was not on the list, at least now.
I don't know. He's made a lot of.
He seemed pretty confident.
He's done a lot of innuendos and things of that nature that
for sure
that show or hint at child pornography.
Sure. But he seems pretty confident that he's not going to be revealed.
That also, you have to remember, he doesn't actually produce and direct his show.
Yeah.
So like that stuff being there could just be other people's work. You know, like we all know that they're infiltrating everything too. So like I don't know, it's hard to say, bro. We got to be real careful. So I'm a little on the fence about the who's who on the list.
I'm suspect.
Yeah.
I'm just suspect of the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, the craziest one is Bill Gates, bro. I think that's just wild.
So that one's legit to me.
That one's
he's he's done it a lot. They were really good friends.
Yeah.
And his wife just came out and said that was one of the deciding factors in her divorce was his relationship with Epstein.
Yeah.
His wife recently just came out like last week and said that.
Well, that was an old interview, but
was it?
Yeah.
Well,
that was old.
It just re-released then.
Yeah.
But yeah, she publicly said that.
Been going on. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna get got.
He's not though.
He's got his bunker. He's got his bunker made already.
Nothing's gonna happen to these fucking people. That's what I mean. Like the list is just to appease us.
Public.
Yeah, but nothing's gonna happen, and that's why people like the Clintons were just like, "Fuck it, release it."
Yeah.
Because they know, bro, it's a power move for them. They're just like, do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Do something about it.
I don't know. I'm hoping it's just a small, like a string that's being pulled right now to unravel this huge ball of yarn. But part of me thinks that
bro, it's already been a fucking hour.
Part of me thinks that
really?
Oh, that's crazy.
Part of me thinks that this was just a part of the elites scheme of the whole thing, just to keep a string along. But the weird thing,
got us, bro. You got these people are intelligent.
But man. I don't know why. Why now? Like why right after January of election year?
No clue.
That's so weird.
It's no clue. Another thing I keep tripping on about all this is like everything that is happening right now. Like it almost feels like it's inevitable what's to come.
Wow.
Because when you think about the fact, like, this is so insane to me, and when I really process it and I really focus on it, I'm like, wait a minute, this is really dangerous. Mm-hmm. Over 10 million military-aged immigrants have crossed the Mexican border, 90% of which aren't even fucking Mexicans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that's crazy. Right here in America.
Yeah.
It's almost like they can just flip a switch. So like everyone's speculating, well, it's for elections. They're going to get those 10 million fucking randos to fucking vote for the Democratic Party because they're helping them and they're giving them, subsidies and fucking cell phones and fucking health insurance in California now and fucking like all this crazy shit.
Couple grand a month.
Bro, pay attention, America, whatever is left of actual true Americans in this country, pay attention. Mm-hmm. We will do more for outsiders and foreigners and immigrants to this nation and beyond than we're willing to do for our very own people.
Yeah.
Free health insurance in California.
Yeah.
For immigrants.
Which is crazy.
Which is just another step in the direction of getting them to vote.
Yeah. And they're allowing them to be cops.
It's mind blowing, bro. Like they're literally gonna, when we say our own nation won't turn on us, like our military won't turn on, they know that's true. They know that's factual.
And it's
so they're building their own military, bro.
Yeah. It's not women and children, dude. It's literally military age men.
Bro.
Yeah. And then they have all, did you see that thing of the passports? They've been finding a bunch of these, type in passports left at the border.
But here's the thing. Here's the other thing. Trip out on this. This is why I'm fearing that they're planting these motherfuckers, right? Because guess what?
Sure.
It's happening in Europe too.
Oh yeah.
It's not just America that they're invading, bro. They're invading other countries by way of refugee and all this stuff, right? But they're invading by tens of thousands. December was our largest month yet, with over 300,000 illegal immigrants crossing the border.
Yeah.
Into America. This is crazy.
That's old, but I've been seeing they've been finding a bunch of different passports from like Ukraine and shit on the American side of the border. So yeah, they've been getting all kinds.
They're setting up shop, bro. But here's the thing. They're setting up shop in all the big cities because that's how they're going to get us. They're going to take out the big cities, which will instill fear in every little small state in the country. Yeah. Oh my God, they took out New York. Oh my God, they took out California. These are wasteland areas anyway now, bro. Like, do we have millions of people there? Yes, but they're trash. They've turned them into third world countries, bro. These states.
Yeah,
they're trash, and that's factual. I got family out there still, bro. It's factual.
And that's been happening in some European countries too.
But it's happening in Europe as well. So like, this seems like an agenda, man.
Yeah.
And they're planting the seeds, and there's going to be some shit coming this
well,
year.
if you think about it too. So the other day, Biden was interviewed by somebody, a reporter, and they asked him.
He said, "I need money."
He said, "I need money.
Give me money."
But Arizona built a wall themselves with
But he admitted
storage containers,
But
right?
he admitted that we're being invaded now. He admitted that he understands there's a problem at the border. That was like one of the first times he's ever been it's bad.
He can't escape that. But Arizona built a wall with storage containers. The Biden administration sued them, so they had to take it down. Texas,
That's so wild.
Texas
bro.
put up a buoy wall in the Rio Grande River with razor wire razors in the middle. The Biden administration sued them, so they had to take it down. And then they've been cutting all these
allowing these lawsuits to take place and win, bro. Like, think about that. What the fuck?
Apparently, the federal government.
Like, you don't even need to be a fucking judge or an attorney to be like, nah, you're not gonna win that lawsuit. That's weird.
My question is, like, why the fuck don't those governors just say, fuck you?
Right.
We're doing this.
Because it's all a big fucking show.
Yeah.
It's all a show, bro. They're complicit on both sides of this.
Migrants use fake
passports
passports to pose as minors when crossing U.S. border, officials warn.
This was just the first two.
That could have been it. It was just a couple days ago when I saw it.
So they're at 300,000 migrants
in December alone.
Yeah.
Which was a record for us right now. But you're talking. So now think about a couple 100,000 every month for fucking almost 4 years now, bro.
Yeah. So 300,000 is 100,000 more than the city of Fargo alone.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
And then
they're building their own military that will turn against us.
We have a whole, we have freaking 11 months, 12 months before if
they're not going to wait that long.
If our new president,
this is going to be the summer of love, bro.
Oh, I don't know about that.
You just watch.
Yeah, boy.
So this is something
up.
I saw a couple days ago, so I haven't really had much time to look into it. But I did watch a little quick YouTube video, but it's very difficult because it's a man who's speaks mainly like Indian. And
what does he sound like?
I couldn't tell you. I could show you the video.
Like liquor store or casino?
He sounds Indian, and it's like the Hindu type. So this is like a Hindu religion that I looked up for the past couple days now.
Liquor
it's called
store casino.
The religion's not called this, I don't think, but this is like a version of like a section of the religion. But it's called
Hinduism is the religion.
Yeah, and Bhavishya is like the period in which we're in, basically. Malika is what they say is 2024. So basically, they say like the time of darkness is going to be this year. All of the evil will be expelled this year, and we will go into a time of peace after. So basically, it says that the United States and Europe will go into a big war, and India will basically come out as the peace area. Which I thought was interesting because it
that's
sounds
how
like
you
a
can
bunch of
smell
propaganda.
man-made religion.
And so that's what they say. They say that basically there's been so many issues with people not following guidelines, basically death, things like that, that have occurred. So it's too much sin, and now they are fast tracking what was going to happen. So they said it was going to take, let me find it here. It was like 400,000 years or something like that for this to occur, and now it's fast tracked because of our sins. It's pretty interesting though, so I would suggest you guys look into it just quickly, give it a glance, and it's interesting. So it says they will face competition from China, Pakistan, America, 13 Muslim countries, African countries, Europe, England's allies. The war would have a devastating impact on Europe and the Americas, with severe climate change due to the war. The air of America and Europe will be polluted with poisonous gas because of nuclear war, and unfortunately a large number of people will lose lives. The impact of this war will be devastating in Europe and America. That is difficult to describe. With that being, obviously, there won't be food. It also says that there's going to be 7 days of darkness. Whether
when they shut down the power grid to make that happen.
And that's what I thought of as well. So that was pretty interesting because it did tie
It'll
in.
only take about 7 days for us to run out of supplies too.
And it would not take long for us to run out of supplies. It said the climate would change very rapidly, which would cause a lot of people to die. And it was pretty interesting because, I mean, it seems like it is very possible, but obviously they could have came up with...
We've been in short supply since COVID.
Yep.
Of everything as it stands. So it's to help guarantee an abrupt running out. You know what I mean? As opposed to when we were plentiful. Now we've seen a supply chain issue since the beginning of fucking COVID.
And then they said with agriculture, like there was going to be an extreme like infestation of locusts.
Destroyed all of the agriculture too.
Yeah, and so it would come in and ravish everything else that's left.
This biblical prophecy, it's almost like they're trying to make it look real. This could be altogether the Project Bluebeam concept, because people say it's either going to be an alien invasion or the coming of Christ.
Yeah, so it's just another version, basically.
Yeah.
But then they say that these 5 beings or their gods basically or will come up after that, or one of them at least, and then it's
sounds
their
like a
turn
bunch
to
of
rule.
bullshit.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
does.
it's interesting. I mean,
It is,
to say the
fuck
least.
that.
Did you know what is the Jewish Bible, the Torah or whatever?
The Torah.
Torah. Did you know that that's just the first like 4 or 5 books of Christianity?
I didn't know that.
Like it's a replica, identical.
Well, the Torah's
language. It's just in a different language.
Yeah.
But it's literally the first 4 books of what do we have in the Bible? 66 books or something like that. So it's just the first 5 books. That's their whole religion.
Yeah.
But it's the actual same context in there. It's just in a different language.
Have you studied any other, like any of the Judaism or anything like that?
Not really, no.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still struggle with that one.
With
I
what?
don't. You know, like.
No.
So I'm a believer in God. We've talked about this a lot, but with everything that's going on in the world, bro, I'm really losing my faith in my understanding of what religion is actually even real.
Yeah.
Like what's real about, like all I know is that yes, there's a creator. I believe that.
You have strong faith.
Yeah,
it's just
I
not
do. I just don't have faith in my understanding anymore because there's so much. But then are they doing that on purpose?
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like that part I don't understand because they want us to not believe, but it's just like, man, there's so much yet
she wants you
to understand.
Hail Satan.
How could we sit here and honestly say for factual measure, bro, like how could we be like, I believe in God and I'm pretty sure I believe in the right God. It's the Christian God, blah, 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 Jesus Christ, the whole 9, like all that. And then still know for a fact that there is so many missing pieces to the story of the Bible that the Catholic Church has deep in the Vatican somewhere that we'll never know about. We don't know jack about religion, bro. We don't know jack about creation. We don't know jack about God, about Jesus, about how everything has come to be, what the rules truly are. We don't know none of that because every religion out there has some kind of similarities just taken into different contexts. That, you know what I mean? So it's just like, what is really going on and how much of it is man-made and how much of it is legit? I don't know, man. But when we know factually that there's a whole bunch of missing pieces to the puzzle that are being otherwise kept from us, we can't honestly sit here and think any of us knows any kind of real truth.
Yeah.
We only know the truth that they allowed us to know. And if they're hiding something, it means there's something bigger than what we know that they don't want us to know about, which takes all credibility away from anything we think we fucking know.
Yeah. But
that sounded like a Kamala Harris statement. But
yeah, I did a little bit. At the end.
You get what I'm trying to say, though, right?
At this point, I feel like believing in anything is going to be better than believing in nothing because it gives you something to look forward to and a peace and stability in the afterlife.
Internally, sure. For yourself, that's
what I mean. Yeah, like if it all ended tomorrow.
But where do we actually go? Or like what actually happens?
Fuck, what does it matter?
That's why I think it's important to just stay the course until you know for sure, because for me.
Or can you go out with a bang, just say fuck it, worship Satan, sell your soul, and live a good life until then?
I mean, you can, but fuck, I wouldn't.
What if it
do
doesn't
that.
matter?
I mean, that's up to you.
That's the risk. That's the risk you're gonna have to take.
That's the risk.
I'm good. I'll stay the course.
I think it keeps you grounded.
Yeah.
It gives you something to believe in, because if if we knew that there was nothing after life, like this is it. You're however long you live, that's it. You don't exist. There's nothing after. That would be pretty fucking terrifying.
I don't know if you watched the Sean Strickland thing. I watched that whole podcast.
Did I send you guys that video where I said change of perspective for me? Like that.
So
I knew about his past.
I did too, and I knew that he did this interview with Theo Von and he cried and all that. Yeah. But to see it and see, like, bro, he was like trying to drink water and spilling it all over himself. Like he was that like shocked.
His
that
first
he
one was
crying.
with Joe Rogan. He just did this one with Theo Von a couple days ago.
Right, but did he cry on the one with Joe Rogan?
No, but he did explain it. Yeah. But this one
this one just emotionally it got me.
When
bro.
Theo Von can like relate in an aspect of like how he came up, not the same way obviously, but it was he asked questions and things like that about it, and he ended up getting just deeper than he thought he was, and he wanted to the whole time. That's the thing. So he kept going and going.
It did change my point of view on that dude for sure.
He talked about how he like at a really young age, elementary school age, he was like, "There's no God. There can't be. Like the way that I've lived and seen.
I remember that.
There can't be a God." And it just when we die, it's just nothingness, and that's what I believe. That's what he said on the podcast. I was like, "Damn,
that'll make
dude.
you a pretty angry and depressed person.
It
too,
will,
and not have much care." I see, like in my life growing up, I always kind of believed because my grandma was a like devout Christian.
Yeah, we talked about that on here
so
too.
I've always had a belief system. I've always had some kind of knowledge of faith and understanding of God and Jesus and stuff. But bro, we still lived horrific fucking lives with that knowledge because there's the understanding and the faith and all that stuff, but then there's reality, and it's just like you got to live in these streets.
Yeah,
and when there's shit going on like that, when your mom's a fucking drug dealer, or all your father figures are gang related, all this crazy shit's going on in your life, survival becomes a tactic. And no matter how much we believed in God and understood sin and knew the commandments and all that stuff, when it came to that to survival, to just living, none of that mattered.
Yeah,
you didn't think about it. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even like like the old mob thing we talked about, where it's like, well, we'll just do this dirt and then we'll repent. No, we never thought that deep into religion. At least I never did. I never was like, yeah, I'm gonna murk these fools and then I'm gonna fucking just go pray it away and I'll be good. It never crossed my mind like that, bro. Like I never thought anything about like I'll be fine because I'm a believer. It always left fear in me, which was one of my biggest fears about marriage, because I was an unfaithful motherfucker like my whole life. So I was always afraid to get married because I was like, nah, I don't want to deal with that consequence. But when it came to street shit, it never crossed my mind as a consequence. It was just like, I gotta live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I gotta live, and I'm not bulletproof, and God's not gonna block these bullets, I don't think. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Did you pray about it to block the bullets?
Nah, I didn't really pray like that when I was young,
saying,
bro.
Dog.
Yeah.
You didn't try.
Maybe it works.
You didn't try.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, your grandma did. Look what happened to her.
Yeah,
it worked that
it worked
time.
for her. Yeah,
Shit.
Once or twice, maybe.
So, D, you finally saw the movie Sound of Freedom.
That I did. It was a great flick. One of the moments that stood out to me, or one of the phrases in the movie that I enjoyed the most was, it may not affect you right now, it may not be here with you right now, but as it continues to grow, it'll eventually affect you or someone you love. And that was like,
right, because you got nieces and nephews you love.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, and if something like that happened to them, I wouldn't be
There's
here
no
either.
telling what you would do, but you
Exactly.
have an idea what you'd want to do, right?
Yeah. So I mean that line brought up a lot of emotion, because that's
well, but it also paints the picture of how sad the world really is, man.
Yeah.
When stuff like that's happening and we don't know about it until a movie comes out. And then it's a movie they tried to stop from coming out.
Yeah.
Then it makes you really go, what the fuck?
And then they attacked Tim Ballard, who was the dude that was
real
portrayed.
Life. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy? He has like 8 kids.
Yeah. I think he adopted a lot too.
Like that, and for a wife to be like, and that's like bodybuilding. That lady is supportive. She raised her family without her husband for a good amount of time, I'm sure.
Yeah. And she encouraged him.
Yeah, and it was definitely empowering, to say the least. I don't know, is his comrade, this guy that's in the film right now, is he
Vampiro.
like real?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, both of them.
He's a real guy. Same with the billionaire. He's a real dude too.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the dude that like helped fund everything.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about them like trying to save the one girl, and I mean,
Well, that's how he got started. Like,
Yeah.
that was his whole deal. Was like,
It's what triggered him.
Okay, because I didn't
he's gone
understand
on
that,
to save
obviously.
so many more.
Well, no, he saved.
Yeah.
I mean, in the
But-
process of trying to save the one girl, he ended up saving 150 or
but
whatever.
he
but
continued on, you know. But yeah, I think the one girl, that was the epiphany.
yeah,
That was the point. Is they were trying to show what triggered the entire thing for him was that situation.
yeah,
it was the
dad.
It's
just
what
the-
you just said,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
It might not affect you now, but one day something will happen, and it will. And that was his moment.
Yeah.
That was for him. Like, he worked in that career, and it was affecting him in a completely different negative way. And then he just got triggered one day and was like, "No, I got to do more."
Yeah,
Well, yeah, it was the guy that was like, I don't know how you do this,
Right.
and you catch these pedophiles, but what happens to the kids?
Yeah.
And then he was just like, "Fuck, you're right," you know.
One thing that was crazy to me too is what the little skit that he played against the guy when he was like,
In the beginning?
I watch these videos all day, I see this stuff all day, and I'm super intrigued, and I'm just curious, and that's probably real as fuck for some people.
Like,
bro.
how do you watch all this and not get sucked in?
Yeah, like I think that really happens to some of these sick fucks out there, man. It's like they don't realize how intrigued they are by that until they have the opportunity to see it, and then they're all of a sudden they realize they're sick fucks or something. You know, like
Right.
Yeah.
what a fucking world, bro.
Yeah, it's
I would not be mad if the internet went away.
Yeah. I would be
Imagine
okay
the
with
peace
that.
that we would have just not knowing.
It would be crazy.
It would be because people don't know how to fucking handle
It'd be
it.
awesome.
But for like
crazy,
people
but
like us, like, and maybe you for the better part, because you were old enough to remember when it wasn't so everything. Just fucking 7 years ago.
just seeing
you know
how
what I mean?
toxic it has become
Yeah,
is enough for it to go away in
Yeah.
my mind. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be okay without it.
It's crazy.
The other part of, like, from what I would say stood out the most was when the dad obviously told him, "Hey, like, how would you sleep at night if you came home and you had an empty bed where your daughter was supposed to lay?" You know, and that was one that hits you hard too. It's like, yeah, imagine, I don't have any kids obviously, but I do have my nieces and nephews, and I care for them tremendously.
Yeah.
And like,
I got a question for you. You're about to get married.
yeah,
How would you feel if it was your wife? She's super susceptible still to this. It's not just sex trafficking. It's human trafficking in general. They kidnap young women all the fucking time.
yeah.
What would you do if your girl disappeared?
Well, I do, you know, I mean, we all know a lot of people, and I feel like it comes down to, obviously I'm going to try my best to find out who did it, you know, and we know a lot of people. I know you know a lot of people. I know a lot of people. My family knows a lot of people. My last name is around here a lot. So, I feel like I'd find them for sure. I don't think it would be too long unless they're quick. They gotta be real quick.
Well, that's the thing is usually they're not from here.
Yeah.
You know, they're out of towners, bro. And they slide in vans.
They gotta be fast.
Snatch
though.
them up and
they gotta
dip.
they gotta get out because I'm I'm going right away. That's
Well, I
it.
think too, it's like the resourcefulness that we have these days of looking at security camera footage and doing all these things. Like,
I don't think it would be.
you would be able to follow them, at least track them down and end up, you know what I mean? So like, there's a lot of things.
And she doesn't put herself in situations where it could be easy, I guess. And she, I mean, now being with me, before she might have been more susceptible, but like now I'm like, okay, sketchy guy walking on the street right next to us, you get on this side of me, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's the kind of way we roll. When we go downtown, I'm like, don't wear slippers. I don't like when you wear slippers. Like, put shoes on, put something that you can. She's like, I kick the slippers off. Like, she understands, like, just little things that most people don't think about. But when I go out, especially like where I know it might not be as safe, we have things we do, just like
Fort Knox, you mean?
anywhere. We'll be in the mall and just like a weird person that I just anybody. I'm like, you get on this side, you know. If we walk across the street, I try to get in front of the car, just like how you would hold your kid's hand.
Yeah.
You'd hold Amelia's hand crossing the street. I'd do the same in the same situation, you know. So we just kind of go that way, and I feel like she's
It's
learned
good
that.
to have systems like that, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's legit.
Just paying attention to your
that's
surroundings
super
always.
legit.
I mean, it's not like being paranoid.
People like to try and like make us feel some kind of way about stuff like that, where they're like, oh, you're helicopter parents, or you're overbearing, or you're overprotective, or you're too worried and you're too scared. Bro, I'm telling you, like, people used to call it a fear thing, like, oh, what are you so afraid of and shit, you know, like growing up in the hood, bro. I was always aware.
Yeah.
Always aware. And people be like, man, you seem paranoid. I'm like, I'm not paranoid, I'm just ready.
Yeah.
Just ready.
Exactly.
And I never got caught slipping like that, bro, because I was always prepared, and I was always mindful of, like, something could. We go to a fucking party, bro, and there's fools that we know are enemies there, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't just fucking get faded and fucking let myself black out, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I smoked a little, you know, maybe had a couple sips or something, but I was the whole time, and I wasn't fun. I wasn't having fun. I wasn't comfortable.
Yeah.
But I was prepared. Anything could pop off, and you're not going to catch me in a stupor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like, so people say, like, to make fun and try and dumb us down for it and shit, but man, readiness is such an important asset right now.
For sure.
Especially right now.
Not once has she said, can you just chill?
Right.
Can you not?
Mm-hmm. You're overprotective.
No, she loves that. And the same thing is with my nephew, Titus. He's 8.
Yep.
And I'll be like, bro, get over here. And he's like, why? I'm like, get over here. And he understands. He knows that he would feel protected with me just as much as any of his, like his mom, his anybody else high up in his life, his grandma, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, he understands those things as well now.
Yep.
And so I just feel like, obviously, you're a new dad. You're gonna do the same thing, I'm sure.
It's natural.
It's just what you do.
Unless you're a piece of shit, it's just natural, bro. With your kids especially, it's so natural.
Yeah. You guys remember a few years ago when that dude at Mall of America grabbed that little boy and threw him over the rail?
Yeah, holy.
So
I did not.
Yeah, bro. It was some refugee dude.
It was a refugee
in Mall of America.
Just grabbed somebody's kid.
A little boy and just chucked him over the third story, even, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all the way up.
Passed away.
No,
boy survived, but
he was fucked up though.
So
that's crazy.
That plays in my head every time. Like, so for instance, last weekend we were at the mall and I let Roman just kind of wander around because he gets to a point where you just got to let him fucking go.
Burn some
energy. You know what I mean? Because he wants to get down. So I just let him wander around. But like the whole time when he's walking around, when there's people walking by and shit, my fucking head was just like, I was just like, I was like a fucking robot, just scanning, you know. And I was walking right behind him, just walking right behind him, but just scanning the crowd, you know, because like you said, they're not going to catch me slipping. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
I don't give a fuck how weird it seems, bro. I'm
shit like that fucking in Minneapolis, like that. I'm sure the parents didn't they were just probably just
not even think somebody would do
somebody
that.
would just grab your kid and toss him over the fucking rail.
For no reason, bro. No. Just know he was just a fucking schizo motherfucker, bro.
That's crazy though. Like absolutely wild.
There was no warning sign. There was no like, ooh, careful or nothing. Like, or he was being an irritating kid and someone got frustrated. There was none of that. He was just a fucking psychopath, bro. He just grabbed a kid and threw him over.
That's nuts.
So yeah, like that still plays in my mind today. And so like it just fuck.
Yeah. It gets harder, bro. Like having kids, it's tough, bro. Like the thoughts that go through your head, the worry that you get.
It sucks,
like,
dude. It sucks.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. It fucking sucks.
It's a shitty feeling.
Oh my god, dude.
It fucks you up.
Keeps
sometimes.
me up at night,
You know?
like just thinking about just.
Or you just have random thoughts.
Random shit.
You're just, like you picture like a scenario where your kid gets hurt or kidnapped and you're like, what would I do? And then you're like getting emotional and you're like, it's not even real.
Yeah.
It's just, you know what I mean? But you're like, holy fuck, you feel like
you
getting
make it
enraged
feel real.
and shit.
Yeah.
Or like the other day, a couple weeks ago, Roman was eating some chips and I let him have a chip and he started like choking on it a little bit. And then later that night I was sleeping. I was like, I had like a little mini panic attack. I was like, fuck. He was fine. Like he swallowed the chip and everything, but that split second where he was choking.
Yeah.
It's little stuff like that that it just fucking brings you to your knees.
Yeah. Dead ass, bro.
Oh my God, dude.
I was the worst too, like growing with my kids growing up. In the younger age, once I had a handful of them, it was like, fucking, you'll be fine. Go regurgitate, I don't know. But like in the beginning, like if they got hurt or like, I would get pissed, bro.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what the fuck happened to him? Like, what were you guys doing? Like everyone in the room was suspect, bro. Like because I'd be mad, like he could have fucking really got hurt or, like it was bad, especially with Angel. I was so over it because he was my first boy, you know what I mean? Like, obviously my first daughter, but like, I was so overprotective, bro. If he scuffed his knee or he fell down and I wasn't present, it was like, what the fuck were you doing?
Yeah.
Why weren't you watching him? And people are just like, dude, we were like, chill. It was an accident. I'm just like, fuck, man, that could have been really fucking bad, you know. And I get all mad. I had to learn some chill in that situation because I was super like overbearing like that. I would freak out if my kids got hurt or injured or something happened. I would question my mom, fucking the mom, the baby. Like it didn't matter who was there. I'd be like, what the fuck were you guys doing? No one was watching, you know. Like I would flip out, bro. I was that stupid about it. So I get it, man. Trust me.
Yeah, it's a game changer.
Yep.
It's a game changer. It's hard to explain, really. It's just
you'll see.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I mean,
You'll see.
It's
one of the most amazing things in the world.
Yeah.
But it's also one of the most stressful. Things.
Yeah, Nicole's not pregnant, by the way. I'm just excited for
we just
future
know you
fatherhood.
Yeah. Like it's coming, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, man. So it gives you a whole new perspective on life, and I think it's part of why I'm so like hung up on what's going on these days too, because
it's their future.
Bro, well, yeah, it's their future, and I could be gone soon.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm middle aged now, for crying out loud, bro. You know what I mean. So it's like, damn, I got to really start putting in the work to prepare them.
Yeah,
and when I think of my boys in comparison to me, I'm like, they're not ready for shit. They don't even understand the reality of the world, and the world's uglier than it was when I was young in the streets, bro.
Yeah,
and
sure.
And my boys don't understand because they grew up here.
Yeah.
They'll never understand the life that I had. So how do I prepare them and to be ready in the sense where I feel I have readiness and I'm prepared for something bad to happen? They wouldn't be able to identify the threats that I could identify because they've never lived that life, bro. They don't understand.
Right.
So like there's that fear factor. It changes everything, man. It's fucking nuts, bro. You become a completely different human being when you have children. For sure.
Yeah.
And Cody's having a girl.
Yeah, that's you think having a son, bro, is dope. Having a little girl is absolute game changer.
That
bro.
sounds like stress right there.
It is, but you think you're protective now? Wait till you have a baby girl.
Oh, I'm sure.
Wait till you have a baby girl, because it's always mama's boy, daddy's girl. No matter what you think or feel, you'll realize, even if you think that fucking Roman's not a mama's boy right now, when you have your daddy's girl, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, he's always been a fucking mama's boy.
Yeah.
Because it's different.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of love. It's a different kind of affection. It's a different kind of protection. And you're gonna realize like he's more what's the term I'm looking for? Resilient than your daughter is. You know what I mean? He's a knucklehead and you can push him around and he can bump himself more and stuff. But when your daughter does it, it's game. It's like, whoa, no. Like,
and they're going to be close in age, so they're going to be like aggressively playing with, like they'll learn how to play together, I should say.
I can picture a little girl Malk being a little meathead.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Probably picking on Roman and making him cry.
It's gonna be,
I could see it.
That'll be great. That's like a perfect age gap for him.
Yeah,
too.
about a year and a half apart.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's dope
awesome.
because she has an older brother, so that's even better.
Yep.
He'll get to be the protector.
Do you guys have any names picked out, or
And he told us.
did you tell us?
I don't know.
I don't think we did it on record.
Wait. Yeah, I told you guys that night we were at the bar. We were all fucked up.
I thought we talked about it.
No,
here,
no, I said we had a name, but I told you at the bar. I know that.
I don't think you told me.
I think you did tell me. I can almost vaguely think of it right now, but
I'll tell you guys when we cut out here.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get too heavy into Epstein's list, but it wasn't really heavy.
There was not much to see yet, but it hopefully
a lot of what we've already known.
I think as the time goes on, hopefully we'll start to see.
Yeah, I like Dom's point of view on it. Honestly, like when he's just like, look, here's what I've assessed.
Yeah,
they're not going to give us what we're looking for right now. This is just a little hush puppy information, to shut us up and get us distracted and get us buzzing. And one thing before we go, I did want to bring up, because we talk a lot about like weather manipulation and stuff like that. And
HARP.
That earthquake that they just had in Japan.
Yeah.
Very normal. They always have big ass earthquakes and then tsunamis follow and all that.
Yeah.
But I caught a headline the other day that was interesting to me because, Japan's like our enemy right now, and they're working with Russia and Iran and all that stuff,
which is really weird.
But this earthquake that happened, in one of the headlines that I was reading, it literally said like, 7.8 earthquake hits Japan, destroys all kinds of shit, takes out their ability to progress their nuclear
really?
operations.
Really
interesting.
And I thought, ooh, that seems intentional, because we got that power. We know we got that power, bro. So it's almost like that's how we're neutralizing our enemy right now. Is we're just like, oh, just give them an earthquake and destroy their nuclear capabilities for now. So like that literally put a halt to their ability to grow their nuclear power because this earthquake destroyed their facilities or something like that.
Interesting.
I don't know.
But it was just a quick, like just rubbed it into the headline real quick and then carried on. And I thought, no, that's actually a highlight for me. that tells me a lot more than an earthquake is going on here, you know?
Did one of you guys send it in the group chat, or was it just me scrolling through reels? It was like January 27th, or no, December 27th was like a day of like catastrophes for multiple different places.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Yeah. I wonder how
earthquakes
like true that was. I mean,
all kinds of shit happening everywhere
around the world.
Yeah, I've seen that before though. I remember a few years ago there was like wildfires, there was hurricanes, there was fucking tornadoes, and I was like, oh my god, it's the apocalypse. And I literally thought that it was the end of days, but it was just a random
well, they redo that shit every 4 years. Well, yeah, you have to think, 2 years.
How many times have we thought the end of days were here, even before the internet world? You know what I mean? Like, I remember Y2K. I literally remember standing outside my house, bro.
Just watching.
Staring up at the sky. I think me and my homeboy were like, planes are going to come falling out of the sky and all this. You know, like, this is what we're expecting because we didn't know better. We were very, very, like,
there wasn't as much internet either.
Yeah, but it was like, come 12 o'clock, everything's going to shut down. Like, in Cali, too, when we do New Year's, bro, it's like, everyone's shooting guns like crazy, bro. And you're praying that bullets don't come flying down and hit you in the head. Because it happened. I remember we were at my homeboys and a fucking bullet came through the living room window, bro.
Oh, fuck.
Because they got to come down and everyone's shooting in the air. Yeah. It was so bad. I remember when they made a law.
I don't like that
it's against the law to do it to begin with, but they've always done it, bro. Like, I mean, always. And everybody does it. But so they were like, look, they knew that they couldn't just outlaw it because it was already against the law. So then they just said, for the love of God, please just shoot your fucking guns into the ground instead of up in the sky if you're going to do it. Like, it became a thing. And then there were, like, when we'd party at my uncle's and stuff, everyone be out there with the guns, they'd be shooting into the dirt, bro. Like, it just became a thing.
There had to be so many toe injuries and, like, foot shots and shit.
But at least it happened to the people shooting instead of an innocent bystander because the bullets got to come down somewhere, bro. You know what I mean? And 9 times out of 10...
Dude, I've literally always thought that whenever I see videos of that, it's usually like Middle Easterners. Like,
they had a wedding and shit in Saudi Arabia or some shit.
I sent you guys that video of that where they were jumping. That guy fucking shot the gun and yeah, dude. Oh my god.
Those videos are all over of them fucking accidentally shooting each other and shit, man. It's so bad.
Fuck.
But yeah, it's just that's how it used to be out there, and I remember them changing the law, so to speak, and they were just the news everywhere. They were like, please, if you're gonna shoot guns, shoot them into the ground for the sake of the bullets having to come down somewhere and people not getting killed and inadvertently injured or something like that. So like that's what everyone started doing.
That'd be such a shitty day.
Like everybody on New Year's and 4th of July we would do it like that too. And I don't know if they still do, but I know for New Year's for a fact it still happens. But most people do fireworks and all that shit, bro. In California, my entire life it was guns. And I mean, it sounds like a fucking war zone outside every New Year's, bro. Just you hear everything, man. Like every gun and type of ammunition you can imagine going off, especially in the hood.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And it was all your neighbors, everyone are dumping too. So it was just like, but it was so normal to us. We didn't think nothing of it, and there was nothing police could do about it.
That'd be so loud.
Yeah, it is loud, but it was almost like part of the celebration. It was so normal. You didn't think twice. Like when I would come here and tell people about shit like that, they'd be like, "What the fuck?" I'm just like, what? That's normal. It's like we were accustomed to it.
It'd be the best way to do crimes, though.
Yeah, but I'm sure there was a lot of disguised crime that happened. But when I look back now, all I can think is like, so you're telling me my entire life we thought it was a good idea for everyone to get shit-faced drunk, like as drunk as you could on New Year's,
get the guns out,
and everyone brings their guns with them. It's like, whoa, we were fucking stupid, bro. No gun safety's taking place in there.
It's funny now, like if there's a gunshot, people are like peeking through.
Yeah.
What was that? Was that a gunshot?
Yeah.
That is how it goes.
It's like, oh, it's just a firework.
Yeah. I remember tripping out, realizing that they didn't do that here. I was like, what the fuck? You guys just do fireworks?
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, we can't shoot guns. I'm just like, technically no, but if the whole city's doing it, who's going to stop you? So yeah. Anyway, that time went fast today. That's crazy.
Yeah. People like that.
Yeah. yeah, it was a good topic. And we were just in discussion the whole time. So cool.
If you're listening to this on Spotify, please give us a 5-star review.
Yes,
We need some more reviews.
give us some engagement. Let's
We
grow
need
this shit.
to,
In
we need to
2024.
boost.
Yeah.
We need to boost our engagement and everything. So if you're listening to on YouTube, Spotify, give us a review.
Amazon.
That would help.
Every whatever you
big
can
time.
listen on that we're available on.
Big time.
Like it, share it, give ratings, give reviews,
Yeah.
comment, engage, give us topics, argue with us, anything for engagement, right? Let's turn it up in 2024, and hopefully we can get a little bit more exciting with what we do on the show too. So
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Yeah. When are we? I'll ask you when we get out of here. I don't want to announce it. Go ahead.
Cool. Well, don't forget to like we said, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Tell your friends about us. Don't tell your friends about us. Talk good, talk bad. Doesn't really matter as long as you're talking about us. Peace.